Hey, what's up everybody? This is Damron. We're playing Gears 5 and part of our Master Escape tutorial series, which brings us to the Blight. Again, we are doing all the missions. We're kind of backtracking to try to get a lot of the older ones. But anyway, let's look at the modifiers for this level. You've got poison drones. When drone variants die, they create a poison of puddle on their death. You got shielded scions, so scions are going to have a shield in front of them. You also have execution rules, so you have to be close to an enemy in order to kill them. We got some usual suspects, more health, more lethal, faster venom, and Iron Man. So just one thing to point out as well as we're moving forward, they just mentioned as they're proceeding on, right, Operation 4 just came out, but when Operation 5 comes out, they're going to separate classes from characters. So the classes associated with the characters I'm showing you right now are the ones you're going to want to use for this particular map. Alright, so in this particular map we're bringing Lonnie for her melee abilities and Venom Blade. We also have Keegan, because Keegan has a lot of opportunities to get grenades and explosive weapons in this level. And we also have Cole, who's very good at meleeing enemies. So one of the unique things about this map is the layout is going to be different every time you enter this first area. Okay, the overall box structure of this entire first area is the same, right? It's a large box with two ammo rooms on the left and right, but how you get there is different, right? See, this door here on the right is closed, the door here on the left is closed. Sometimes those are open, sometimes they're not. So in this scenario, our only option is to progress straight forward. If the left and or right is open, it's probably easier to go that way. Now, there's a lot of poppers in this map, and that's one of the reasons that we brought Keegan. So be sure you have your grenade pouch, because you're going to be able to get a lot of frag grenades on this mission, and you're going to be able to get bleed damage from all those. So in this particular first area, you just want to kind of take your time, let the enemies come to you. You've got plenty of time before the venom starts, and plus we're not really going to be too worried about the venom. While it does move fast, quote, as one of the modifiers, it's not going to really move that quickly into this first area. It's a very large box. But what you want to get to is the first ammo room on the left hand side, because this is where the boom shot's going to be, and we definitely want to get the boom shot for Keegan. There's also going to be some shock grenades in this particular safe room, so I'm going to go ahead and pick those up for the final battle. Just kind of slow enemies down at the door. So again, there was the boom shot. Keegan's going to grab that. Again, the way to get to this safe room may be different for you, but it's going to be on the left hand side, so just keep that in mind. And you want to try to get to this safe room so you can get that boom shot. It's going to be very helpful taking out the shielded scions in the future. So once you've got that, we're pretty much clear to go. Now we're just going to advance straight up, and eventually you want to eventually just head north from where you started, and you're going to face a lot of poppers on the way there, and you're going to face a lot of drone type enemies. So just kind of keep an eye out. Now those poppers, you have to be careful, because say one blows up and downs you, and then a second one immediately blows up and kills you. So you can actually die pretty quickly. But luckily in these areas there's a lot of cover, right? There's like 3 different little covers in the middle here. So as you see them coming, you can kind of jump over one and prevent the damage from the popper. But as you're killing them, be sure you're marking them for Keegan. That's what I'm doing here. I'm seeing if that particular popper happened to drop any frag grenades for Keegan. We want to give Keegan as many frag grenades as possible heading in to the section that we're about to head into. Alright, so once you head north of where you started, eventually you're going to come to this area here. We're gonna have to kill a couple of the drones here, but once you get to this point, now it's static from now on. Okay, it's not going to change anymore. It's all static. The variability in the way the layout is only in that first kind of large box area. So once we get here, we're going to have a ton of drones to deal with, and we're also going to have our first shielded scion to deal with. So this is where Keegan's going to go ahead and start using some of his grenades, get that bleed damage, as well as his boom shot. Again, getting that bleed damage on the scion. Ideally, throw a grenade right behind him, or hit the boom shot right behind him, and that's going to do a significant amount of damage, especially with the bleed, the shredder card for Keegan. So if you're running with Keegan, that's the character you're using, be sure that you have those cards on. Also with Lonnie, so you see we haven't really been worried about the venom. We've allowed it to come up. We're not moving too fast, because her venom blade is very deadly, and it's going to allow me to take out these drones. I can just kind of melee them twice, and then I don't have to worry about them. So that's what you're seeing here. I'm just going to melee boom, and he's going to bleed out. Even with the execution rules, if you're close enough to them, the bleed will actually finish them off, so you don't actually have to execute them. So continue pushing up this path here. Take your time. Once you take out the Scion, you're pretty much in the clear. You can kind of get that melee damage with Lonnie, and you'll be able to kind of finish off this area pretty decently. Do keep in mind of that poison that's on the ground, right? If you stand in that on master difficulty, it can do damage pretty quickly. So we have one more popper to deal with, and we're moving on here. So not too bad of a level. I don't think this is too terribly difficult. I think you guys should be able to get through this relatively easily. So once we kind of head on, again, just be wary of some poppers and keep an eye out for them dropping any frag grenades for Keegan. That's obviously going to help you in the final portion. Most of the time, the one that you kill that blows up when you shoot him, it doesn't drop frags, but the ones that blow up secondarily to him are the ones that tend to drop frags. So once you get to the exit here, don't just rush out there. There are 2 Scions and a few poppers. All right, so this is where Keegan also wants to play a role. He's going to use his boom shot as well as his grenades with that bleeding damage. So you can see that one boom shot basically took almost half of his health off. So Cole's going to run in there and dash and bash a little bit. Kind of finish that Scion off almost, but he ends up going down. That's all right. We've only got one more Scion to deal with, and we also have the Venom with us. So unfortunately, he kind of crawled the wrong direction, but that's okay. We got this one Molter Scion coming in, but because we got the Venom here, I'll be able to just melee him down pretty quickly with the Venom Blade. So let's pick up our final boy, and we're going to head to the exit. So this isn't too bad. So we're going to go ahead and pull this switch, and I've saved those 2 shock grenades for this moment. All right, so we're going to pull the switch, and then I'm going to throw my shock grenades out to the front here to kind of slow down the enemies as they come in, and Keegan will throw some additional frags and any additional boom shots that he has. If enemies get close to the door, obviously you should have your special. We moved here pretty quickly, and we actually haven't used our specials at all. So Cole, myself, we have obviously Keegan's special is just to get ammo, but we both have our specials. So if anything dire did happen, we could always just use our specials to kind of finish them off. But nonetheless, that's it for the Blight, guys. It's not too bad. So I hope you guys found the guide helpful. If you guys like my stuff, feel free to like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you in the next Gears Escape map on Master Difficulty. See you around.